saber lo que está pasando en nuestra comunidad, qué sucesos, gente y recursos la ciudad de Winchester tiene a ofrecer. Hola, soy Heloisa. Acompáñame a conocer un poquito más de nuestra ciudad en Conexión Winchester. Bienvenidos a Conexión Winchester, tu punto de encuentro para conversar, informar y conectar con nuestra comunidad. Gracias por sintonizarnos. Estoy aquí una vez más con Kid Redmer, que tiene grandes noticias para compartir. ¿Qué nos cuentas?
Hola Luisa, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, a pesar de mi voz por el polen, pero aquí estamos.
Well, estás aquí, muchas gracias
Sí.
por tu dedicación. Hola amigos, soy Kit Redmer, tengo tu reporte de la ciudad. Gracias por estar con nosotros. Y tengo 3 puntos. El primer punto es sobre el nuevo presupuesto municipal. La ciudad tiene un nuevo presupuesto para el próximo año fiscal. El año corre entre el 1 de julio hasta el 30 de junio del próximo año. Y algunos puntos destacados que quisiera revisarles. Primero, el presupuesto es aproximadamente $126 millones. 2, no tiene aumento de impuestos de bienes raíces. Muy buena cosa. 3, tiene fondos adicionales para las escuelas en comparación al año pasado y también crea una nueva posición policíaca aquí en la ciudad. Entonces, buen presupuesto. Si tienen preguntas o si necesitan más información, por favor vayan a winchesterva.gov /budget. Segundo punto, Academia de Liderazgo Cívico. Aquí en la ciudad estamos bien orgullosos de nuestro programa de liderazgo cívico. Es una academia aquí que corre entre septiembre y mayo cada año, o dura 9 meses, en otras palabras. Y en este programa, nuestros residentes tienen la oportunidad de aprender sobre la ciudad, conocer a sus vecinos, y realmente pueden ver lo que pasa detrás de la cortina, ¿no?
Bueno.
Y cómo la ciudad funciona realmente día por día. Entonces, estamos aceptando solicitudes. Hemos escuchado que es muy buen programa y por favor, si tienen interés en solicitar un plazo, vayan a winchesterva.gov /CLA, Civic Leadership Academy. 3. Por fin se acerca el verano, ¿no?
Ay, finalmente.
Por fin, lo podemos ver ya.
Yeah,
Nos está acercando. Y tú sabes, Heloisa, la mejor manera de celebrarlo.
¿Cuál es?
Con Splash Bash,
Yay.
por supuesto. Splash Bash, amigos, es un evento en nuestro centro de recreaciones y parques, en el parque de Jim Barnett. Y este evento pasará el 30 de mayo de este año y va a incluir muchas actividades. Por ejemplo, vamos a tener música, deliciosa comida, actividades para todas las edades. Entonces, traigan por favor sus niños.
Muy divertido.
Y, tal vez lo más importante, va a terminar el evento con un show de drones. Es un show de patriotismo. Y los drones van a estar en el cielo haciendo figuras.
¡Ay, qué lindo!
De hecho, es súper impresionante. Es la primera vez que la ciudad ha hecho algo así. Entonces, por favor,
hay que estar ahí para celebrar juntos.
que estén allí con nosotros, por favor. Les invitamos cordialmente. Y bueno, así lo tienes. Ahí lo tienes. Gracias, amigos. Gracias, Heloisa.
Gracias, Kit. Gracias por toda la información. Y a continuación, en el rinconcito, hablaremos sobre los Campos de Honor con Dan Abel y un invitado especial. No se lo pierdan. Ya regresamos. Welcome back. Have you, a friend, or a family member ever served in the military? Then you might have heard of the Healing Fields of Honor. Every Memorial Day, the Winchester Rotary Club holds a very special event that honors and recognizes the history of brave men and women that have served our community. To talk more about it, we have Mayor Les Veach and Healing Fields of Honor Committee Chair Dan Abel in today's Community Spotlight. Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about the Healing Fields of Honor. What is it and how did it come about?
So the Healing Field of Honor, if you take the word apart, the words apart, it tells you a lot about it. Because it's a healing field. If there's someone in your life that you're missing, you can heal by dedicating or sponsoring a flag. And it's a field of honor because we're honoring, like you said, those that served in the military or those who just have a special point in your life. Everyone's got a hero, whether it's a single parent, a teacher, a coach, a band director, someone that made a special impact on your life. You can dedicate a flag in this flag of a field of 800 flags, and every flag tells a story. It's got a little tag that tells you the person and why it's special to you, and it brings together our community. So it really puts the memory in Memorial Day.
Wow. Yeah, this is very special. And how did you get involved with the event, and what have you learned helping?
Well, Mr. Mayor, if you want to go.
I got involved through Rotary. They're the ones that host this. And the first thing they had me do was hammering iron rods in the ground to hold the flags. Well, I quickly learned to wear work gloves the next time I did that. But it's like Dan says, it's a healing field. And when you have hundreds of flags out there in this field you go through, it shows you respect for that hero, no matter what they are, teacher, or just like you said, it could be anybody that you respect and you are honoring them, but it's really humbling. It really is. And that's what I get from the field.
Heloisa, I had just retired from the military in 2021, and I drove by the healing field.
Thank you for your service.
Well, thank you. For one of my first weekends after I just moved to Winchester. And I'm like, what is this? I mean, 800 flags is just so impactful. So I went ahead and researched and said, these Rotary guys do this. So I actually showed up at a Rotary meeting without knowing a single soul.
Really?
I met somebody on at the chafing dish with the chicken and said, who are you? I'm Dan, and I think I want to find out what you guys do. And 6 years later now, I'm the chairman. So they found a role for me here in the healing field.
You want to just learn about it, and then here you are.
There you
That's a beautiful story. And what can we expect from the event this year?
Well, there's a lot going on. Some things happen every year as far as the field itself. But as far as the actual events, it really kicks off on Thursday. And we do it purposely on the Thursday before Memorial Day because people have things to do on the Friday, the Saturday, and the Sunday. But you figure Thursday, let's really put the special focus on where it should be for Memorial Day. Mm-hmm. And we'll be setting the flags up on Hanley Thursday morning. At 4 o'clock, there's a memorial ride that starts. The motorcycles will leave from Skyline Harley-Davidson on a memorial ride. Jimmy Lee, he's a local musician. He's going to warm up the crowd from 4 to 7 with some family-oriented patriotic music. And then it's not going to be a surprise when the ceremony kicks off at 6. The motorcycles will roll in. You'll hear them. The bagpipers are going to be doing their bagpiper thing. And then we'll kick off the ceremony. The motorcyclists will finish the flag posting with the flags that they bring in. And then the ceremony will have patriotic music. And then the culminating, it's going to have a military flyover where we sing each of the service songs. So everybody stands up. The Army guys stand up and sing the Army song, and the Air Force guys, and of course the most important song, the Coast Guard song.
Hey.
Everybody stands up and sings the Coast Guard song. And then C-17 from up in Martinsburg flies over, and then we get a parachute drop at the end with an American flag underneath.
I've heard of it.
This is how we kick it off. And then throughout the weekend, the 800 flags are flying. You can come out. You can either dedicate a flag there, or you could say, where is my flag? And this is one of the neatest parts of the event, is escorting folks out to their flag, because they want to tell you about their uncle or their grandpa or their father that they've dedicated the flag to. Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful May Day. The flags are flapping. You're walking amongst them, and they're telling about somebody that served their country or served them and what it means to them. And then the other thing we're doing on Thursday as well, from 4 to 7, we're having any group that works with veterans out on Hanley's grounds as well. So if somebody comes out and says, I served in the Army, and you say, are you hooked up with the Veterans Administration? Are you getting care? And they go, I just never, no, turn around, because those folks in the tent will get you registered with the benefits you deserve.
Wow.
And then on Monday at 3 o'clock at the culminating event, we sing patriotic songs again. We ring a bell for any Gold Star families. These are families that lost a member serving in the armed forces. And then the event culminates, and people claim their flag and take it home, and they get their tag. And
Sounds very touching and
yeah,
beautiful.
it is just a phenomenal, and it's a busy time from Thursday all the way until Monday closing ceremony. Did I miss anything, Mr. Mayor?
No, I think you got it all.
Okay.
I think to the citizens, it reflects our community, service, generosity, the spirit of the community. But it means that it also reminds us that we care and we stand united, whether military hero or teacher hero or even your spouse hero.
Everybody come together.
Yep.
And one thing we are doing special for the 250th of the nation is 40 of these flags will be tagged by the Daughters of the American Revolution for a Revolutionary War hero from this area. So if you want to, you can walk through the field and see one that talks about somebody did something in the 1700s at the beginning of our nation and
Wow.
central to this as well. And we're going to have a musket volley at the kickoff as well, along with a colonial color guard. So we've really kind of meshed together with the Sons of the American Revolution, the Daughters of the American Revolution, the 250th in the healing field. So there's a lot to feel good about.
Amazing. Yeah, definitely.
I know one veteran that's going to be 102, so he wasn't old enough for that, was he?
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor, the Healing Fields of Honor is a fundraising event. So what is the impact it's had on the residents of Winchester?
Our community is very strong in nonprofits. We have over 300, but the service to those that need or those that care, we have a tremendous helping hand and big heart in Winchester, and this kind of reflects that, in my opinion. And it reminds us that we need to continue to do that.
Yep.
Eloise, it's interesting. So when we looked at our priorities, the fundraiser part of it was number 3. Number 1 was to bring the community together. So, I mean, really the fact that it is a fundraiser, I don't want to say it's a byproduct, but it's kind of a nice feature of the fact that if you bring the community together and people pay to sponsor or adopt a
course.
flag,
It's a win-win.
it makes a little money. And this year we've picked 2 of our benefactors. One of them is Blue Ridge Cares Veterans Program. They have over 250 veterans enrolled. And obviously they're at the very end of their life. And this is to make sure that somebody there is there with a service pin, a special quilt that recognizes their service. They have a music therapist that comes in and they sing the service song with this person. So, I mean, all this to make sure at the very end of the end, and for some of these folks, you talk to the folks who do it at Blue Ridge, they'll tell you, some of these veterans have not talked about their service their whole life. And it's the first time their family have heard because they bring in a fellow veteran and they'll say, tell me about your time. And people will talk to a fellow veteran about it that maybe they didn't talk about with their grandkids or their wife or their daughter and son. The other one is the Frederick County Law Enforcement Foundation is the other one that is looking out for our law enforcement folks and their families and the things that unfortunately the county can't pay for, maybe we can help them with. So the money we do raise, again, not the primary thing, but certainly it's an advantage, is going to go to 2 phenomenal things, which are looking at heroes, the veterans and our law enforcers. So Eloise, one of the things that we did do is we had a chance to follow up with a couple folks that sponsored flags. And we said, could you give us just a short video of why this flag is special to you and who this flag is focused on and why? And there's some powerful stories that are in there, and if we want to look at those.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
I'm Beverly Garrison Simpson. This is my father, Manly Olin Simpson Jr. He was born in Front Royal, Virginia, Warren County on February the 11th, 1919. He attended and graduated from Randolph-Macon Military Academy and then Virginia Military Academy in 1942. He served in the United States Army in the 77th Cavalry Recon, which was a New York unit. He lost his life while leading his men in battle at Hacksaw Ridge on Okinawa on May 6, 1945. He was 26 years old. I had just turned 2. I'm very proud of him, but sorry I never got to know the man.
I want to dedicate this tag to my beloved husband for the years he spent in the Air Force. He has a great love of this country, and especially for the time spent in Vietnam. He lost two brothers who were there at the same time he was as a result of Vietnam. And he is now a totally disabled veteran. But I'm very proud of him, and I want to honor him. Thank you.
Dan, how can people support, donate, or learn more about the event?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, huge thanks to our presenting sponsor, which is Navy Federal Credit Union. They've always supported us with people to help with the setup and teardown. They've really stepped up financially. So it is the Rotary Club of Winchester's Healing Fields of Honor presented by Navy Federal Credit Union. So kudos to them. If anybody is interested in either a single flag, which is $50, and everything's yours when you're done, including the rebar that Mr. Mayor will put in the ground for you if you want, or if you just want to adopt a flag, you don't need one. For $25, you adopt it and the tag is yours. The other thing we have for businesses is they can go ahead and be a corporate sponsor, and based on the amount, then we'll cordon off a section of flags for them. And what some businesses will do is they'll then tag a flag in their section for any of their employees that served in the military. So it's kind of a neat way of supporting the event and supporting your employees as well. But you can go to Rotary Club of Winchester /Healing Field, and all the information's right there.
Great.
If I may add on to that, when you sponsor a flag, you get to keep the rod and the flag. And you'll see driving around Winchester now during this time, the people that already previously sponsored now have it in their yard, which looks great.
Yep.
That's fantastic. Thank you both for coming to the show. If you want to learn more about Healing Fields of Honor, you can go to rotaryclubofwinchester.org. We'll be right back. ¿Te gusta Conexión Winchester? ¿Te gustaría ver más videos? Queremos seguir apoyando a nuestra comunidad. Si tienes algunas sugerencias sobre próximos temas, deja un comentario en nuestro video. Eso es todo por hoy. Muchas gracias por sintonizar. No te olvides de darle like, suscribirte o compartir nuestro podcast. Nos vemos la próxima vez. Adiós.